Our polishing system explained.
A little in depth. I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And this is DIY Detail. We have this test hood. We have time. We have polishers. We have pads. We have gold standard polish. We're going to show you different techniques, different ways, and what does each one actually do.
3 polishers, 3 pads, 9 combos, 1 dream, Ivan, shiny paint.
Exactly.
We want to give you the roadmap for success.
Right.
And there's different ways to do it, and we're going to explain each one and help you understand more about how to do this.
Right, so first of all, we're going to be starting with clean, damp pads every time. So basically a new pad. And dampened like we suggest. We have a pad washer right behind here. We're going to be doing that. We're not going for perfection in this first round. What we're going to be doing is comparing one machine, 3 different pads, same pass, same person doing the pass, same weight, same everything. So, I have a clean, damp pad. We're starting with the least aggressive method possible, and that is our rotary jeweling pad. 1 spray of polish on the polisher, and I'm going to go down and back up, and that's it. Like I said, I'm not going for perfection. I'm not going for cut. We're just going to see how much of these little scratches we can get rid of in one pass. Are we ready?
Let's go.
So there's our first pass with our red rotary jeweling pad, the mildest pad we have, and with a 3mm stroke machine, meaning the smallest stroke, possibly the least aggressive.
It's interesting you called it the rotary jeweling pad. That's its name, but it can be used on all dual action polishers.
Oh, definitely. But its primary design was, let's make a pad for the rotary that anyone can use. Once again, we have a clean, damp pad, 1 spray of the gold standard, and off we go.
I'm so intrigued what it's going to look like after.
Right, and then the most aggressive pad we have, our wool pad. This is a wool pad with a foam interface. Great cooling on the pad, great cutting ability from the wool fibers, and fibers run cooler than a microfiber pad, but actually with a little more cut.
This is a test hood, by the way, that is quite abused. We scratched it up nice and proper for everybody at home.
Right. Shall we reveal what the random orbital sander can do? We have a rinseless dampened towel. We have a dry towel.
Always hugely important, I think, to wipe with a rinseless dampened towel.
Yeah.
Why is that, Ivan?
Lubrication. That rinseless dampened towel is giving you a little extra lubrication, and at the same time it's breaking down, well, the surfactants are breaking down the polishing oils, giving it an easier wipe off. Now, I don't know in the camera, but here we can definitely tell we have a lot more correction from the wool pad. We have decent correction here, and here we have a lot of gloss, but no correction whatsoever.
And all those scratches are still very visible.
Very, very visible because, well, it is what it is. We're not going for perfection, we're not going for removing scratches here. Now, if we want to, even with this small machine, if we do a couple passes, because we only did 1 pass, which is a little unrealistic in one sense, but in the other sense, we really wanted to show you what just 1 pass can do. If we do a multiple pass, so this is with a 3mm stroke machine. Not a lot of stroke going on there.
You're telling me that's not a 25mm DA?
No. And we got rid of a lot of those scratches.
Looks better, for sure.
Yeah. Now we don't have, the ultimate in correction here. This is something that anyone can do. It's super safe, and you're going to amp up the gloss on your paint, and that's what we've done. We've amped up the gloss dramatically.
If you wanted to get those out, and I think these other machines will be very instructive, I feel like you may need to sand those scratches out as deep as they are. But let's see, Ivan. I'm intrigued to see what comes next.
The 25mm dual action.
What a surprise.
What a surprise. We have a clean damp pad. We have one spray of the gold standard polish. We have a really scratched up hood. Speed 3, which is, you know, the traditional speed for most dual action polishers.
I can't believe we're only doing one pass.
So in R&D, we only use one pass to determine how much cut we're actually getting. Because if you polish until it's clear, well, you don't know when it was actually clear. This gives you an idea of which one actually cut more. And we used a Scotch-Brite pad to scratch the hood, so we're getting even scratches everywhere.
To scratch the living daylights out of it.
Pretty much, yeah. Next.
You were gleefully scratching it up too.
I wouldn't say gleefully, but you know, it's part of the job. Next, the gold standard waffle pad.
I love this combo.
This is my favorite combo for sure because it gives you cut and finish at the same time.
No pressure on the machine.
Speed 3.
Speed 3.
Again, only one pass.
I'm feeling good about this one.
Yeah, as well you should.
Yeah, I've never done this before where we tested all the different pads on different machines to see what it looked like.
Right, we have one spray, and you're angry at the trigger. Spray it like a man, or like a woman, but spray it with conviction.
Yes, indeed.
And then, speed 3 once again, and here we go. Are you ready to wipe, sir?
I am. I'm intrigued.
Enjoy.
Rinse this wash dampened towel, cut through that polish residue quite easily.
Yep.
And you know, one trick is you can almost let it air dry a little bit, so I'm not
Definitely, yeah.
fighting the moisture of the rinseless as much.
Yeah.
When I go for that second towel. Let it evaporate just a little bit. It's cold in the shop today. Okay, Ivan, I don't know what the camera's gonna show. What are we seeing?
Well, I see a lot less scratches here. We have some of the deeper scratches that were there before we started.
Yep.
But the ones that I did in straight lines, they're pretty much gone. And that's one pass with the wool. Imagine multiple passes.
And I don't see any DA haze or anything, so depending on how hard the clear coat is,
Right.
we know this is very hard paint.
Yeah.
We did a video, what cuts faster, Rotary or DA. We spent a long time testing that, so that video is in the description below.
Yeah.
But we know this is exceptionally hard paint.
Right.
The benefit of really hard paint is you can get away with just the wool and gold standard polish and get exceptional results and just stop there. You don't need to refine it with the rotary jeweling pad or even the yellow waffle. It's good, right?
Exactly. So we definitely know this is where we did the wool. But it's very clear.
Yep.
So I'm going to start with the rotary we'll end with the wool side by side.
Okay.
Just as a little twist here. Twist of the plot. So, speed 1. I went down just a little further to show something as well. See this body line? I didn't have to move the machine. The pad got in all through that body line. That is the red rotary jeweling pad. Next, the gold standard waffle pad. Waffle pad?
I wanted you to just put the wool on that rotary and take it to town.
Gold standard waffle, the requisite one spray of polish, and here we go.
I like that combo. That's a fun combo.
Yeah,
it does leave nice gloss behind, doesn't it?
Exactly. And now, the killer, the wool pad. It has polish. We have a hood that needs polishing. Off we go.
Let's see it. The suspense is killing me, Yvan. I guess the question I have, and I'm gonna let that evaporate a little bit,
Yeah.
is what does the wool section look like with the rotary? That's what I kind of want to know. And I believe we will soon find out.
We will.
Letting the rinseless wash on that dampened towel just evaporate a bit so I'm using less oomph as I wipe off. I think we pretty much got it.
Pretty much got it. We can still see that the section with the DA and the wool got the most cut.
Did it?
Yeah. There's still a lot of the scratches that I put in here.
Yep, you're right.
Whereas here, it's a lot clearer.
That's true.
Now, can you get to relatively perfect paint with a wool pad? Well, yes, you can. Well, let's demonstrate.
Now this isn't designed for a rotary, is it?
No, but it'll still work. Just like the red rotary drilling pad is designed for the rotary, but you could use it on a DA.
I notice you're not tilting this or putting it on speed 5.
No. Heat is your enemy when you're polishing.
Wow, look at that working time.
Yeah, I could still keep going, but we'll just give it a quick wipe, see where we're at.
I can't tell from here. What does it look like?
You tell me. And that's basically a standard section pass that someone would do. 3 or 4 passes. There's still a few little scratches there, but we got a lot of it off.
If only you weren't so aggressive with the Scotch-Brite pad, Yvan.
Yeah, I know. Now it's the same thing with the DA.
Oh, so now you're gonna take the DA to town. I like that.
Clean damp pad, 1 spray of the polish, and off we go. Give it a wipe.
Let it evaporate a second there.
Yep. Yeah, we're in the middle of a snowstorm right now, and we didn't have many vehicles to work on because no one wanted to come here. How's that?
Looks good.
So there's still
Is that right here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
So there's still the odd little scratch, obviously, but you know, we got that. And most people won't be using a Scotch-Brite pad on their paint. Those are some of the, you know, the combinations we have and how much they can cut. Now, some people like doing a 2-step. And for me, the ultimate 2-step is this. So we'll start with this. We will not wipe off the polish residue.
That would be a waste of time and energy.
A waste of time, of energy, and also a perfectly good polish.
it's still going to work for us. Plus, we're going to apply new polish on this pad.
Exactly.
Why not just get this pad wet and use this polish?
We've broken down the abrasives in that polish.
Okay.
Or partially anyway. So, clean pad, 1 spray of polish, and I'm just going to go half on here so we can see the effect of the two. Now, as we mentioned before, this is extremely hard paint, and we had a lot of fun with it on a previous video, trying to get this burning paint.
Yeah, this is a little burn if you can't see it. And if you did see it and you're wondering, now you know.
So on this extremely hard paint, the wool finished down beautifully. So there's not much difference with the rotary. There's a little bit of gloss, and on the camera, trust me, no matter how we tried to aim the camera, you wouldn't see it. In real life, there is just a little bit, but it's not much. So in this case, really, unless you're going for, trying to win a concourse thing or whatever, you wouldn't need to do 2 steps on paint this bulletproof type hard.
Well, and that's why it's so good to do a test spot.
Right.
To see what the paint is giving you. And it feels like it's not easy to remove defects, and you don't really see any haze or DA marring it or anything.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe I can just finish out with 1 step, and that's the wool.
Exactly.
And our gold standard polish. And don't forget, we started with this, and we achieved results over here. So I do see a much different paint here.
Right. Now, one thing I want to show, Nick, is the effect of weight and pressure on the machine and speed. So we'll cue up the DA with the wool pad. So Nick, we want to get the temperature right there.
All right, it says 68.7 degrees.
Okay. I'm going to go roughly around 30 seconds.
And where do I leave this? To the left?
Oh, you'll check it afterwards.
Okay.
So the DA, we normally use at speed 3, and I'm not going to move. And I'm putting no pressure on the machine. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait. Now get ready to... So what's the temperature?
The temperature is now 90.5 degrees.
Okay. And
92.8, somewhere between 90 and 92.
yeah, so we went up 20 some degrees. Not a big step. Let me clean, dampen, and prime my pad again. Right there.
All right, that says about 70 degrees.
Yeah, okay.
70 degrees.
70 degrees. Now I'm going to go to speed 4. I'm not going to put any more pressure on the machine, just speed 4.
And now it says 95.9. We're at about 96 degrees, 96.4, 90,
So a few degrees warmer.
92 to, yeah, okay.
So temperature there,
73.
73. Now, speed 4, actually no, speed 3, I'm going to put just a little bit of pressure. And honestly, this isn't a lot of pressure. Just with my pinky, so it's not 10 pounds of pressure. Get ready.
$105?
Yeah.
Wow. 105 to 109 is what it's reading.
Right, and that's speed 3 with maybe 2 or 3 pounds of pressure. Temperature there.
72.5.
Okay. Now speed 4 and a pinky of pressure.
110, 107 to 110.
Yeah. Now, like some people do it, let's go to another spot so we don't affect the heat there. You mentioned speed 5, didn't you?
Let's go. $152 degrees.
Yeah. That's a little too warm.
Wow. That's how I used to polish.
Yeah.
It's called having fun.
No, that's called damaging paint.
Burning paint.
Yeah, or damaging paint. Because what you're doing is you're creating a lot of heat, and that heat actually slows the cut down a little bit. And it's hard on you. Having to, and we just heard it pop back. So it's hard on you, it's hard on the machine, it's hard on the polish, and it's hard on the paint.
Oh, it's still toasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a less than temperature.
Yeah. Same thing with any other tool. The more pressure and the more speed you have, the more temperature you're going to get.
We teach speed 3 on the DA.
Speed 3 on the DA with no pressure, speed 1 on the rotary with no pressure. Now, some people have asked us, how fast can you burn through paint? Let's figure that out. So Nick, an edge is the area most susceptible to burning through. We're going to do it the DIY detail way.
Okay.
Speed 3, no pressure. So after 1 minute, right on the edge. Yeah, right on the ridge, Nick. The ridge, the edge.
102 degrees, Ivan.
102 degrees, and we're almost through the paint. We can see it's really pink here. So let me give it 1 more minute, and we'll see if in 2 minutes we can get through paint. Off we go again. Speed 3, no pressure.
I've got it at about 100 degrees there along the edge.
Yeah, so we didn't create a lot of heat.
What?
Got a lot of cut though.
Beautiful.
So right here, there's not a scratch left.
Yep.
So 2 minutes in this area.
That's perfect paint.
Yeah,
Wow, that is incredible, Ivan. There's no scratches there.
there's no scratches. You see how safe it was. We didn't go over the edge. We didn't burn through the edge.
Wow, so that defect removal is a little scary to me, but you actually didn't go to speed 5 and add pressure.
No, so no pressure, and we have literally perfect paint there.
That looks perfect, and it's what, 88 degrees? So are you going to try to burn it, or is this more of a lesson of look what we did?
This is more of a, you can be safe around an edge. Now, I'm not telling you to do that on an edge and spend 2 minutes on an edge, but our polishing system cuts without being dangerous. We're not creating heat, we're not burning anything, we're not destroying something.
That is perfect paint, Ivan.
And that is, basically the weight of the machine, 2 minutes polishing.
Good stuff.
So not a lot. Now, let's do the same thing on the rotary. Temperature reading right on the ridge.
That good?
Yeah, what are you at?
71 degrees.
71, okay. So speed 1, which is the way we teach. No pressure on the machine. So Nick, what's our temperature there?
I'm here, sir. 90 to 93.
It's actually cooler than the DA.
Yeah, it is.
Same
89.
pad, same polish, just like we did the other one, for a fair comparison, and off we go.
$79, $80, $78. Wow. Did you burn?
No.
No.
So Nick, come compare. So this is where we did the DA. There's not a scratch left. Tell me where the rotary is. What do you see?
I still see scratches here.
Yeah.
So the DA cuts better.
Cuts much faster.
And it cut cool too.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the temperatures we achieve with a lot of speed and everything.
Yeah.
So is the lesson more passes with no pressure?
No pressure. We didn't do that long. Like
you wouldn't do this on an edge necessarily, but
no.
out here on a flat panel, I'm polishing my paint.
Right.
Instead of exerting a ton of pressure down or high speed, would I just want to give it a few more passes if my goal was deep defect removal?
Right. Exactly.
So it'll just keep cutting for me.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
Paint polishing doesn't need to be scary. Even with our most aggressive pad, we still didn't manage to burn through an edge after 2 minutes. If you follow our system, you're going to get great paint at a very low risk.
That's what it's all about.
Nick, the other thing we teach is a damp pad. So I have a damp pad that I primed in the pad washer. I have one spray of the polish on it, and I'll let you do this. Speed 3, which is where we normally put it, just go down here and see how you feel with the damp pad.
Okay.
We'll go for 1 minute.
So just hold it for a minute?
Yeah, like you normally would.
All right.
So that's a minute with a damp pad.
Yeah.
Leave it there.
Okay.
Let's change pads. This is a dry pad. On that pad, we're going to put the same one spray of polish. Now go here. So you notice you have a little more vibration in the machine.
That's the thing I was going to say, is it feels like it's jumping around more on me.
Right.
Why is that?
A damp pad is actually softer and conforms to the surface better. So with a dry pad, you're having to fight that dryness. Where the pad doesn't have polish on it, it's not sliding across the surface as easily.
So once I've distributed the polish enough though, is it going to start to like be fully primed then?
It's going to be a little better, but still never as smooth as the damp pad.
I would agree. It's improved, but not as good.
So 1 minute there, 1 minute there, and just try wiping it off with a dry towel first. Just do half of the section.
Why?
Just so you feel it.
Okay. Both of them?
Yeah. Wipe off well.
Wipes off very well.
The other one needs a little more work.
I would say about 20% grabbier.
Yeah, so but a little grabbier.
A little grabbier, no doubt.
Yeah, and what's the paint looking like here?
Looks really good.
And here?
Not as good.
A few more deeper scratches.
I would say as grabbier as it was, it's better. It's better here and less grabby, but I would say about 20% better, 20% less grabby.
Exactly.
Not like
oh, it's not mind blowing. No,
but it's noticeable.
Yeah, and over the size of a whole vehicle, that 20% grabbier and that little vibration is going to wear you out a lot faster.
Absolutely.
And you're going to get your better results in the same amount of time.
So I guess that's why we cut with we teach polishing with damp pad.
Exactly. So you can see the two circles that you did. This one's a lot clearer than that one. This one you have a bit of DA haze, the other one you don't. And the reason for that DA haze is you were dry buffing in the beginning. You had areas of your pad that didn't have polish or didn't have lubrication.
You have a good eye, Yvan. Trained over a couple years.
Been doing this just a little while. If you follow our system, you're going to get great paint at a very low risk.
That's what it's all about.
If you have any questions, leave them below. We love answering your questions. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Do you like this type of video where we compare things, or do you like us cleaning a car? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We want to answer every comment. It's what we do. And in so doing, we learn more about what you want. And that's what it's all about. And frankly, I'm shocked in a good way about what I see here. We think you're going to be shocked in a good way if you check out this video right here.